Today we'll discuss about email. We know all about email, and that is email is used to send message from one user to another user. Email is a kind of application where we don't expect data uh, as a live data. That means whenever we send the data, immediately that data will not reach to the receiver. So for email, we can use technology where after reaching all the packets, suppose that data is whatever the message is sent by the email, that data is divided into several packets, and whenever the several packets reach to the destination end, at that time all the packets will be um, arranged serially by the receiver. After receiving all that packets, it will check whether there is any error or not, because in case of email, rather than time factor, uh, the most important thing is accuracy. क्योंकि ईमेल में एक्यूरेसी होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. रेदर हम लोग थोड़ा डिले, वी कैन स्पेयर सम डिले. हम कुछ डिले अलाउ कर सकते हैं क्योंकि ईमेल साथ साथ एक साथ मतलब साथ ही साथ नहीं पहुंचता है, थोड़ा टाइम लेता है. So that is why we can be instead of having our most priority on the delay, our main priority is to send the accurate data to the receiver. Now behind email, two application layer protocol works. First protocol is SMTP or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and the second protocol, it is not fixed. Uh, we can use POP3 or IMAP4. We'll come to this, but before that, first we'll discuss how that email comes. So it is very clear the main objective of using email is to send message from one user to another user. Now initially what will happen, say A and B, they are the users. They want to exchange message with each other. Then A and B will share the same computer or system. Inside that system, there is an account, or you can say folder or file in the name of A. Another file was there in the name of B, or folder in the name of B. So whenever A want to send data to B, so what A will do, A will open the folder in the name of B, and there A will put his or her message. So whenever B opens that folder, again, mind it that they are using the same computer, the same system. So whenever B will open that folder, B will find the message for him or her given by A. Now suppose B wants to send the reply, B wants to send the reply to A. So what B will do, B will open the file or folder in the name of A, and there it will put that message. So it is not required that they exchange data at the same time. That means when A is present, it is not necessary that B has to be present. B may not be present at that time, but whenever B comes and opens its folder, then it will see whatever the messages are given to him or her. So this was the initial technology against email. After that, the concept comes of mail server. So A will send, A will give the message to its mail server. Suppose A want to send the message to B. A is the sender, B is the receiver. A wants to send the message to B. So against A, there is a mail server. A's mail server. Now here, A will sit on its mail server. Then it will send the message from the mail server. Now the software or the program that will be used to send the message by A from its mail server is known as user agent or UA. Anyway, whenever this message comes to whenever the message will be uh, sent from the mail server of A, then the message will flow through the internet. Actually, whatever this figure you can see in this picture, it is the fourth generation. I am talking about, initially I've talked about first generation, and now I am talking about the second generation or second evaluation. Sorry, second edition. Gradually we'll come to the fourth edition. This time A is connected A is connected with its mail server. A is connected with its mail server via LAN or WAN, just like in this figure. A is connected with its mail server. This is the mail server for A. A is connected with its mail server via LAN or WAN. Actually, this is the third uh, edition. In the second edition, actually A is sitting on the mail server on of A. Then there is a internet between A's mail servers and B's mail server. Here we also assume that B is also sitting over its mail server. So there is no LAN or WAN between A to its mail server and B to its mail server. In the second stage, we are assuming that A is directly sitting on A's mail server and B is directly sitting on B's mail server. So whenever A will sit on its mail server, A will use agent to access or to create its mail. Then inside A's mail server, there is a component which is known as MTA client. MTA client. To send the message, we need MTA client. What is MTA? It is message transfer agent. So the MTA client, it is now the responsibility of the MTA client to take the message of A and then send that message through the internet to B's mail server. Now, whenever the message is received by B's mail server, actually the component who is responsible to receive that message is MTA server. जो इसको receive करता है उसके नाम है MTA server. So this MTA actually works in client server architecture, this message transfer agent. MTA client will send the data of user A through the internet, and MTA server will receive that data from the internet at B's mail server. Then B will directly use this mail server, this machine, to fetch his data. So this is the second phase. In the third step, in the third phase, what will happen? This time A is connected via LAN where or WAN to the mail server of A, but still B is directly using the B's mail server. There is no LAN or WAN connection from B to its mail server. That means sender is connected with its mail server via LAN or WAN, but the receiver is sitting directly over its mail server. So what will happen? A will use the user agent. A user agent जो component है, software है, उसको use करेंगे to send the data from user to the machine A's mail server. Now, who is responsible to receive the message? It is always the server. So MTA server will receive this message, then it will forward that message to MTA client, because now again this message has to be sent from the A's mail server to B's mail server. The MTA server is initially receiving the message from A, and then MTA client will send that message through internet to B's mail server. This time we are assuming that Bob is or B is sitting over its mail server, so we will directly collect that message from MTA server. And now we are coming to the last stage, the last version of email that is currently used. That is, A is connected through LAN or WAN to its mail server, and very similarly B is also connected via LAN or WAN to its mail server. So this time it is a symmetric system. Just like A, B is also connected through network with its mail server. So initially the message will come to A's mail server, MTA server will receive that message, then MTA client will forward that message through the internet, and now the message will come to the B's mail server. That will be received by MTA server. Now, actually what happens whenever, because B is not directly present, physically not present in its mail server, actually the मैसेज अभी जो है वो बी के मेल अकाउंट में आ गया है, बट डायरेक्टली तो बी के पास नहीं जाएगा. व्हेन दैट मैसेज विल बी सेंट टू बी, जब बी अपना ईमेल ओपन करेगा, जब वो अपना इनबॉक्स खोलेगा, बी विल सी द लिस्ट ऑफ मैसेजेस दैट हैज बीन received. So suppose there are 10 messages that is being received in B's account, and from that 10 message, B want to open the first message. So B will click on the first message, and then only the first message where that messages are stored. That messages are stored inside MTA server. So whenever B will click on its first message, the first message which is being stored in the B's mail server, that will be delivered from this mail server to B. Now, up to this, from sender to sender's mail server, then from sender's mail server through internet, it reaches to the receiver's mail server. Up to this, we can see which component is active. It is MTA server for receiving, then MTA client for again forwarding it. That means sending, and then finally again MTA server at B's mail server to receive it. That is message transfer agent. Now, message transfer agent is basically SMTP protocol or simple mail transfer protocol. But up to that, the job of SMTP is finished. Now, to send that message from B's mail server to B or receiver mail server to receiver, it is the job of MAA or message access agent. Now, as message access agent, we can use either POP3, that is Post Office Protocol version 3, or IMAP 4, Internet Message Access Protocol, IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol version 4. So either of these protocol, one of these protocol will be used for sending the particular message from M, uh, B's or receiver's mail server to receiver. So what is the main difference between POP3 and IMAP4? For that, I've already uploaded one lecture note to your forum. I've also uploaded this note for email into in your forum. So my request is to please check those notes.